Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. World Wrestling Entertainment heavily promoted their signing of Jade Cargill in the fall of 2023. She made her in-ring debut in the Women's Royal Rumble the following year. While there is an aura surrounding the Storm, many have opined that she has not improved as a wrestler. This was the topic of conversation at one point during a recent episode of the K100 podcast. Conan and Disco Inferno were asked to choose the better performer between Jade Cargill and the late Bray Wyatt. According to the fan who asked the question, Wyatt was not a good wrestler, but a fantastic on-screen character who created remarkable moments. There is an ongoing mystery attacker storyline on SmackDown, which reportedly will take center stage on the road to WrestleMania upon the Storm's return. She has been off WWE TV since November 2024. There is a buzz surrounding Jade Cargill's storyline on SmackDown. According to PW Insider's new reports, the company hopes to move her and Bianca Belair away from the Women's Tag Team Championship picture without having them lose the belts. They are hoping to book them in a match soon. However, Jade's attacker may not necessarily be the EST. The report noted that WWE is considering two people who are responsible for the attack. The Storm and the EST are two-time Women's Tag Team Champions. Their last win was at Bash in Berlin, where they won back the belts from the Unholy Union. Although both are big names in the company, former WWE writer Vince Russo does not have faith in them. Russo dismissed the notion that they could pull off a Mega Powers-like storyline heading into WrestleMania 41. Jade Cargill, a standout athlete in AEW Wall Elite Wrestling, has drawn significant attention for her remarkable physique, in-ring ability, and presence as a dominant figure in professional wrestling. Since debuting in AEW, Cargill has garnered both praise and criticism, with many fans and analysts comparing her to established WWE talents, including former champions, and evaluating her performance. This critique and comparison are often shaped by her development and how she stacks up against some of the most renowned figures in the wrestling industry. In this article, we will examine Jade Cargill's journey in professional wrestling, focusing on her evolution as an athlete, and compare her to former WWE champions, including critiques from former managers who have worked with top-tier talent. The analysis will look at Cargill's strengths and weaknesses, her in-ring style, character development, and her overall improvement within AEW. Additionally, we will explore how her growth in AEW compares to the trajectories of past WWE champions, providing insight into her potential future. Early impressions and background. Jade Cargill debuted in AEW on November 7, 2020, during a segment that introduced her as a dominant force in the women's division. At the time, Cargill was largely unknown to many wrestling fans, but she quickly established herself as a formidable competitor. Cargill's physical presence was immediately noticeable. Standing at 5'10" and with an incredibly sculpted physique, she resembled a combination of an athlete and a superstar. However, her initial promos and wrestling skills were still developing, which led to mixed reactions from fans and commentators. Her early career could be compared to the early days of some WWE legends like Becky Lynch or Charlotte Flair. Both of these WWE superstars started out with noticeable potential but initially struggled in certain aspects of their game, including promos and in-ring experience. Cargill, like them, was thrust into a position of importance early on, which was both a blessing and a challenge. The body of work, in-ring skills and style. When we discuss Jade Cargill's wrestling style, there are two key aspects to consider: her physicality and her wrestling technique. She comes from a basketball background and is known for her power and athleticism, which have translated well to her in-ring style. Her striking is sharp, and she has the strength to overpower opponents, often utilizing power moves like suplexes, spine busters, and various slams. At her core, Cargill is built to be a powerhouse, someone who uses sheer physicality to dominate. Comparing her to a former WWE champion like Bianca Belair, another athlete-turned-wrestler, it's clear that Cargill has a similar emphasis on her athleticism. However, while Belair has a highly refined blend of both strength and agility, Cargill's in-ring work still requires polish, especially in the fluidity of transitions between moves. Cargill's power-based style can make her matches compelling, but like many powerhouse wrestlers, she sometimes struggles with pacing and psychology, two components that are essential for storytelling in the ring. Cargill's matches have at times been criticized for feeling a bit mechanical, particularly early in her career. This is where comparisons to WWE's dominant female talents come in. Take, for example, someone like Charlotte Flair, whose experience and finesse in the ring allow her to tell compelling stories while executing high-level moves. In contrast, Jade's matches, while impactful, can sometimes feel like a showcase of physicality rather than an emotionally driven contest. This is something that many wrestlers must learn over time, and Cargill's ability to incorporate psychology and storytelling into her matches will be key to her development. Promo work and character development. One of the most significant areas where Cargill has shown improvement is in her promo work. Early on in AEW, Cargill's promos were often stiff and lacked nuance. Her delivery sometimes came across as rehearsed, which is not unusual for someone who is still finding her voice in the business. However, as time has passed, she has developed more confidence, allowing her promos to feel more natural and authentic. Her character work, which has consistently centered around being the baddest bitch in the building, has evolved as well. In the beginning, her character felt somewhat generic, yet another powerful woman, looking to prove herself in a male-dominated industry. However, over time, Jade began to carve out a unique persona that made her stand out. She combined her athleticism with a cocky, confident attitude that resonated well with the audience. Her character became more layered as she embraced the idea of being both a villain and a champion who is untouchable, which is an essential trait for any top-tier wrestling star. Comparing her to former WWE champions like Becky Lynch, who evolved from a scrappy underdog to the man, Cargill's trajectory is somewhat similar. Lynch's initial babyface run was nothing like her current persona, which became larger than life as her character grew more complex. Cargill's path to developing a unique character will take time, but if she continues on the current trajectory, she could very well develop into someone who is not just a dominant wrestler, but also an iconic character in AEW. However, it should be noted that while Cargill has improved in this area, she still has some distance to go to match the level of promo work exhibited by established WWE champions like Sasha Banks or Ronda Rousey. Both of these wrestlers possess an inherent charisma and ability to work a crowd with their words, whether as faces or heels. Cargill's performances, while promising, still need to evolve into something with more subtlety and sophistication. The influence of managers and mentors. In many ways, the journey of an emerging wrestler like Jade Cargill can be shaped by the mentorship of experienced veterans or managers. For example, in AEW, Cargill has been managed by smart Mark Sterling, who has helped guide her in terms of character development and presentation. While Sterling's role in her career is that of a manager, it's clear that his influence has allowed Cargill to take on a more confident and composed character. Managers and mentors have played an essential role in WWE as well, with figures like Paul Heyman guiding talents to greater heights. In particular, former WWE champion Brock Lesnar owes much of his mainstream appeal to Heyman, who was instrumental in crafting his beast incarnate persona. Cargill's development in AEW could benefit from having a more prominent mentor figure in her corner to guide her through the nuances of match psychology, promos, and storytelling. In WWE, one could look to figures like Triple H, who has helped guide talents like Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. These wrestlers were given the time to develop and improve their characters and in-ring skills under Triple H's tutelage. Cargill could potentially benefit from a similar relationship, whether that be with AEW's established veterans or another manager who can guide her through the learning process. Comparison to former WWE champions. When looking at former WWE champions, There are many elements of their career trajectories that reflect similar patterns to Cargill's own path. Take someone like Rhea Ripley, who has emerged as one of the dominant forces in WWE's women's division in recent years. Rhea Ripley, like Cargill, was initially viewed as a powerhouse. However, over time, Ripley honed her technical wrestling skills, built a well-rounded character, and developed a knack for storytelling in the ring. This is an area where Cargill has the potential to make a significant leap. While she already possesses a powerful presence, her development in technical wrestling and psychological storytelling will determine whether she can achieve the same level of success as former WWE champions like Ripley, Asuka, or Sasha Banks. These wrestlers have become so well-rounded that they are able to wrestle in a variety of styles and tell compelling stories through their in-ring performances. One key comparison to WWE's champions is Cargill's character development. While WWE champions often start with a solid base character and slowly evolve, AEW has given Cargill the freedom to shape her persona on her own terms. This is both a challenge and an opportunity, as she has the potential to become a truly unique character in wrestling. However, without the kind of management that WWE superstars often benefit from, Cargill will have to rely heavily on her own instincts and the guidance of those around her to ensure her character and skills continue to grow. Future prospects and final thoughts. Looking to the future, Jade Cargill's potential in the wrestling world seems limitless. Her physical attributes alone set her apart from many in AEW's women's division, and her character work is rapidly improving. Her journey mirrors that of many former WWE champions who took time to find their footing and evolve into the superstars they are today. However, there are still areas that require improvement. Her in-ring technique, storytelling, and promo work all have room for growth. While she is well on her way to becoming a top-tier competitor in AEW, it's important to remember that wrestling is a constantly evolving art. Cargill's journey is far from over, and her success will ultimately depend on her ability to refine her skills and embrace new challenges. The comparison to former WWE champions and their managers highlights the importance of mentorship, training, and time in the wrestling industry. If Jade Cargill continues to improve and refine her craft, there is no doubt that she will emerge as one of the top stars in AEW, and perhaps even become a future champion in the company. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.